Well, good afternoon. It's time for a first look at our sermon for this coming Sunday, November 4th. We'll be back in the book of Exodus, starting around verse 14, as we look at what Moses did to show God's power as he brought red tide to Egypt. That's what we'll be looking at this Sunday as Moses shows up, begins to announce God's judgment against Pharaoh. Once again, really begins to ask to let God's people go. And what happens? Pharaoh's not doing it. And so Moses goes and finds him there at the Nile River, as was his ordinary place to go in the morning, probably offering prayers there. We have examples of the pharaonic prayers that were offered to the god of the Nile, Hapi. And we see that Moses, in that situation, turns the waters of the Nile red, and not just those, but water all over Egypt takes on a frightening red color. Now, what is this all about? Well, you don't want to go beyond the text. And so we'll look carefully at what this was saying. What was God doing with this miracle in the text? I think what we're going to see is that God was making a direct assault upon the gods of Egypt. A direct assault, as each bloody red tributary of the Nile turning red, each mud hole turning red, was another sign of God smiting Egypt with all of his power to deliver his people from them. So I think that's what we're going to see in the text this week. I've got a good draft already written here that came out on Sunday, but we'll begin to continue working on that all throughout the week. Continue to be in prayer for Dayspring Church as we approach the time in our year when we nominate officers. And I pray that God would raise up men to lead his church in the future here in Spring Hill at Dayspring. We hope you'll be able to visit. God bless you and have a great week.